प्रेम से बोलो श्री गुरु महाराज की जय हो. Jai Sitaram devotees. Swagatam. Welcome back to Sooryoday with your Shri Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj. Sooryoday, your Thursday morning simulcast on radio and TV Jaagriti. And dear devotees, this morning, of course, we're all in that festive time now. We have celebrated and given honor to our ancestors by making offerings to Bhagwan Shri Vishnu, Bhagwan Shri Krishna during the Pitri Paksh period. And now, yesterday, we began the Navrat celebration, dear devotees, and this time is a very festive time, of course, around Trinidad and Tobago and worldwide. As in many homes, you have already prepared yesterday and started offering your pakadar, dear devotees, your very special mixture that is loved by Devi Mata, and you have begun your devotion for Devi Mata, Durga Mata, now Durga Mata in her many forms, dear devotees. So today we do a katha, we begin a katha. I'm pretty sure that the katha is so very long and there's so many lessons that we can learn from this particular vrat, dear devotees. This katha that I'm sure that it will follow into next week programming. So dear devotees, this morning let us begin with the Navrat Vrata Katha, dear devotees. This very special time, this vrat, this fast for this Navratri period, how very important it is for you to perform, dear devotees. So it begins, the katha begins. Lord Brihaspati, of course we all know Brihaspati. Today is Brihaspati Var. Today is Guru Var. Brihaspati is the Guru of the Devatas. And so Lord Brihaspati said once to Brahmaji. We all know Brahmaji, one of the three Murtis in the form of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Brahmaji the creator. So he says to Brahmaji, as you are the one who is the most intelligent and knows all of the Sastras and Vedas, because we all know, dear devotees, from the lips of Brahmaji, the Vedas emanated. You are the one who knows all of them. Oh Lord, please listen to me. What is the reason behind performing and celebrating the Navrat Vrat and festival in the months of Chait and in the month of Ashwin? And so he is asking their devotees, what is the importance of performing the Vrat of Navrat? We all know there are many Navrats in the Hindu calendar. However, the two major ones are the months in Chaitra and the months of Ashwin. And he's asking now, in the Shukla Paksh of these months, what is the greatness of performing this Vrat to Devi Mata? Hey Lord, what is the outcome, the result and consequence of this Vrat? What can we gain by performing this Vrat? What is the right way and method to perform it? And who has performed this Vrat before? Please explain to me in detail. A very beautiful question that Lord Brihaspati Ji is asking to Brahmaji, their devotees. A very important question. Why is he asking that? I'm sure he pretty well sure that he knows the answer. However, he's asking for the benefit of each and every one of us, their devotees. And so, Brahmaji, after listening to Brihaspati Ji's request and query, Brahmaji replied. He said, "O Brihaspati, you have raised a very good question, a good query in favor of all human beings." So Lord Brihaspati, he asks this question for the benefit and all of us who have benefit from the answer that will be given. He said, human beings who worship Devi Durga Mata, Mahadev, Surya Devta, Narayan, Ganesh Ji are always blessed and happy. Yes, devotees, by now all of you should know those who worship the Panchadev, the Panchadevata, Ganesh Ji, Shiv Ji, Vishnu Bhagwan, Surya Bhagwan, and of course Devi Durga Mata. Those who worship all these five forms, they are always happy, he says. He says the Navrat Vrat fulfills all the desires of a devotee. Devotees who have desires like wanting to have children, especially a son, desiring wealth, desiring education, peace of mind, and other comforts can attain their desires through the Navrat Vrat. A devotee is ill, he can get rid of his illness, and if he is in prison, he can also be released if he performs and observes the Navrat Vrat. Yes, devotees, these are all some of the benefits of performing your Navrat Vrat. A devotee can get rid of all the difficulties in his life and can attain all the necessary things and wealth needed for a happy life, dear devotees. And so, a woman who cannot give birth to a child can also have a son, a child, by performing and observing this Vrat. Navrat Vrat removes the effects of all evil deeds of human beings, and there is no such desire that cannot be fulfilled by performing it, so that whatever your heart desires, whatever you need, whatever problems you have there, devotees, by performing this Navrat Vrat, your desires will be fulfilled. What did Brahmaji continued to say? Let us listen after this beautiful bhajan to Devi Mata. We are in the period of Navrat. Let us praise the Divine Mother. Prem Sabolo Shri Jagadambe Nau Durga Mata Ki Jai Ho. Prem Sabolo Shri Jagadambe Durga Mata Ki Jai Ho. Jai Sitaram, dear devotees, Swagatam. Welcome back to Sooryoday, your Thursday morning simulcast on radio and TV Jaagriti with your Shri Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj. Dear devotees, this morning we are discussing the Navrat Vrata Katha, and so thus far we have Brahmaji is explaining to Brihaspati who have asked how to celebrate this Navrat, and in discussion, in answering the question of Brihaspati Brahmaji, he has highlighted all the various problems and blessings you can fix and derive from observing the Navrat Vrat fast, dear devotees. And so Brahmaji, he continues to say, he says that one should fast for the entire day, the whole day, and if he finds that difficult, want to stay for the entire day without eating, then he says you can have one meal per day, and so perform the Vrat and worship Devi Mata during the period of the Navrat, and listen to the Navrat Vrat Katha, this Katha, dear devotees, that I'm sharing with you along with your friends and families. So, this recording is also posted on Facebook, on my Facebook, on Sooryodai's Facebook, Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj on Facebook, as well as on YouTube. So you can listen to this Katha again with your families and friends when you have the opportunity to, dear devotees, as you perform your Vrat for this Navrat. And so he continues. After this, Brahmaji starts narrating a katha of a devotee who used to perform this Navrat Vrat, their devotees. So he begins to speak of a town where there was a very noble Brahmin by the name of Anat. And Anat, their devotees, he was a sincere devotee of Devi Durga Mata, of Bhagavati Durga Devi. And so, he, being a very ardent devotee of Devi Mata, he was blessed with a very beautiful Kanya, very beautiful daughter, their devotees. She was so intelligent and attributed as if she was the creation of Brahmaji himself. Such is the poet's description of the beauty of the daughter. The daughter was named Sumati. Beautiful name. You can name your children. I know many ladies and girls by the name of Sumati. Sumati is a very beautiful name. And so this Katha gives that name. We must name our children names, positive names from our scriptures, dear devotees. So Sumati was the name of his child. She used to play with her friends and started growing like the phases of a bright half of the full moon of the Shukla Paksh, their devotees, as the moon gets fuller and even more beautiful until the climax of the full moon. Likewise, this child grew. And how did she grow? Not only outer beauty, that outer beauty came from her inner beauty. How did she get that inner beauty? Her father used to worship Devi Durga Mata and perform puja to her each and every day, their devotees, and she used to join her father in the worship of Devi Mata every day. And that is where her beauty lay. That was the secret to her fountain of youth and her beauty. And this is what we need to teach our children, their devotees. How many of you, you get so caught up sometimes in the maya of the illusion of this world that, the child have to go to school and they have to take lessons and so forth. And how many of you spend the time, especially during your Sandhya time? This is the Sandhya time that they're speaking about in the Katha here, where the father, he sat with his daughter. They sat as a family and they performed Sandhya. Now granted, at that time, Sandhya time, you may be in your cars, you may be traveling from place to place, but you have radio and TV Jaagriti, you have Sandhya hour. How many of you take the time, at least change the radio station, keep it there on radio and TV Jaagriti, especially during your Sandhya time, their devotees, and observe your Sandhya time. I remember this particular Katha. I remember my Mataji. My Mataji, everyone loved her singing, they loved her bhajans, and she sang all of them from her mind. She remembered all her bhajans by heart. And that was attributed to the fact that her father, when it came to Sandhya time, he was a no-nonsense man. He insisted that the entire family sit in the puja room and perform their Sandhya, read their Ramayana and learn their bhajans. That is what made her into the person she was, that all of you loved, their devotees who knew her. And so this is here also showing us how Sumati, she was grown in that way, that every Sandhya time you perform Devi Mata's puja. And so every Sandhya time, make it your duty, sit as a family, wherever you may be. As I say, we get so caught up and it's a very hustling, busy life. Put on your radios in your cars, wherever you are. Try to perform your Sandhya together. Train your children. Give them that strength, that foundation of spirituality, their devotees. It will go a long, long way for your children. How did this child grow? How did this child pray to Devi Mata? Let us see this beautiful video. Those of you who are on TV Jaagriti, enjoy as we see from a young girl growing up, this child prayed to Devi Mata. Prem Saboroshi Jagarambe Durga Mata ki jai. Saboroshi Jagadambe Durga Mata ki jai. Jai Sitaram, dear devotees, Swagatam. Welcome back to Sooryoday, your Thursday morning simulcast on radio and TV Jaagriti with your Shri Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj. The devotees, beautiful Katha. We are discussing this morning the Naurad Vrata Katha, as Brahmaji is explaining to Brihaspatiji, is answering a question: why should we perform Naurad Vrat, dear devotees? And dear devotees, the Katha as it continues, Sri Brahmaji has described how this father, he made sure that he instilled good qualities into his daughter, that she did her Sandhya every day to Devi Durga Mata. She performed her puja, and she, just as you saw in the video, grew with that love for Devi Durga Mata, their devotees. So the Katha continues, as it relates to our children today, dear devotees. The Katha says, one day Sumati was busy playing with her friends. So she went out with her friends. One day Sumati, she went out with her friends and she forgot to come home, the Katha says, at the time when her father was ready to perform the worship for Devi Durga Mata. You see, sometimes, devotees, your children, they may have, that is why it's very important that you have friends. Children, you must get friends, and parents, you must ensure that your children have friends who understand their way of life. So if it is that at a certain time they are supposed to be home because they have a puja to perform, their sandhya to perform, their diya to light, they should have friends that respect that. And so sometimes your child might be innocent and they might find themselves in the wrong company, and people who might tell them, just now we'll go, just now we'll leave, and they may be dependent on them for the transport, and so therefore they get held back and they know they should be home, but they can't do anything about it because their friends are not ready yet and they have to drop them home. However, what happened? The father, in this case, he became very, very angry of her not being home in time for the puja, their devotees. And in anger, he said, "Oh, you unintelligent girl, you have not worshipped Devi Mata, not once since morning, and I have decided to punish you." Yes, devotees, the father now is so very angry that he wants to punish his daughter. However, we are, of course, out of time for this morning. So, what was the punishment that he gave to his daughter? How did she overcome that punishment? We shall learn in next week's Sooryoday programming, dear devotees. Before I leave you, however, our invitation to you, dear devotees, that we at the Amar Jyot Krishna Mandir, we will be having 3 nights of Maha service to Devi Mata. As we all know, the 2 Navrats of Ashwin and Chaitra are the most auspicious times to worship and to perform your Navrat Vrat. And in Devi Bhagavatam, their devotees, she tells us that if you are unable for whatever reasons to observe all 9 days of the Navrat, that the last 3 days are to be observed. And so we will be celebrating the last 3 days from the Saptami to the Navami. Saptami, the Ashtami and the Navami Tithi of this Navrat, their devotees. So that will be this next week, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So you all are invited to join us. On the first night we have Maha Saraswati Puja, as that day is also Saraswati Avahan. So the children are invited to come, bring your instruments, musicians, and we do Saraswati Mata Puja. On the Ashtami Tithi, most auspicious to Devi Durga Mata, so we do bring your individual Durga Mata offerings on that night, and you have pravachan on both nights. First night for Saraswati Mata, second night we have for Devi Durga Mata, and then on the final night we have our culmination of our celebration, of our 3 nights of celebration with our Kanya Kumari Puja, their devotees, where you all are invited to worship and give gifts to the Kanya, the 9 Kanya Kumaris, their devotees, and share gifts for the other children as well, and seek your blessing. Kanya Kumari Puja is recommended anytime you worship Devi Durga Mata, you perform Havan, your puja is not completed until you perform the Kanya Kumari Puja. So that will be on the Navami Tithi on the Friday, next week Friday. You all can join us for that. So remember, not this week, but next week, the last 3 days, you can join me at the Amar Jyot Krishna Mandir for those 3 nights of festivities for our Navrat celebration at the Amar Jyot Krishna Mandir. So devotees, as I leave you this morning and our continuation of our Katha, remember, we want to know what is the punishment that the father is giving to the daughter and how she is going to overcome it with this Navrat Vrat as guided by Devi Mata. We hear the conclusion next week. Thursday Day devotees, we pray Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamya Mrityorma Amritam Gamya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.